So today, if you haven't noticed from what I'm wearing on my head, we're going to talk about a pair of headphones. This is a pair of headphones from Havit. It's their H655BT, which is a new model. It's a noise canceling, noise isolating model. And yeah, so they just came out this week and I have had several days to test them out. I didn't get this out on launch day because, well, I've been testing them and I wanted to test them before I actually talk about it and whether it's something that I can recommend or not. So sit back, relax. Let's talk about the Havit H655BT noise canceling headphones. Now, the first thing I'm going to say about these guys is the fact that they do have multiple modes. Noise canceling is one of them, and it actually has pretty decent noise canceling for a $60 pair of on-ear, or I should say over-ear headphones, right? They are full noise isolating over the ear. They have a noise isolation with active noise canceling. You can turn that noise canceling off, and then they have a third mode, which essentially opens it up where you can actually hear everything around you. Essentially a ambient noise mode. So you can hear everything. So right now I'm actually in ambient noise mode so I can hear myself talk, make sure I'm not yelling at you guys. But if all I have to do is click this ANC button, and I'll show you that here in a second. I click that, ANC on, and now it's quiet. And I sound like I'm talking in a fish tank. I can hear myself talk inside my head, but it's definitely harder to hear my voice itself. Then I could turn it off, ANC off, and now it sounds like I just have a pair of noise isolating headphones on my head. And then of course I can do the ambient noise or the ambient sound open. Now it's less like I have something on my head. Now, I'll be honest, it's not as good as like Apple's feature where they have full transparency. Those things are fantastic. However, they're 150 bucks, 250 bucks. So it all depends on what you're looking at. This is not going to compare to those. But at $59.99 retail, these are pretty awesome for the price. They also have like 72 hours of battery life in the things, so that's pretty awesome. I've been testing them now for several days, have not recharged them since I'm actually doing it, and it's pretty nice. So they do have 4 buttons on the headphones themselves, and let's bring it in here and I'll show you the buttons. So here are the headphones themselves. Pretty easy to look at, I guess. I don't know. I'm assuming that these little perforations up here are actually part of the noise canceling, but they do have microphones down here towards the front, so on both sides. So you actually get a decent microphone to this. Down on the right ear cup, we have a plus button, which is pretty much your volume up, but also next track. So if you just click it and let go, that's volume up. If you push and hold for a second, it's next track if you're playing music. You have the power button in the center, so push and hold for 3 seconds and it turns it on or turns it off. But this is also your multifunction button. So if you just tap this, it's a play pause. If somebody's calling you, you just push it and it picks it up. Push it again and hang it up. If somebody's calling you and you push and hold this for a second, it's going to reject the call. So it has that. And then if you double tap this button, it will actually use your voice assistant depending on which platform you're on, if you're on Apple or Google, right? Then we have a minus button down here. That's your volume down. Also, if you push and hold, that's going to be your previous track, or, you know, restart the track. We do have this button here is the ANC button. This one, you literally just push. There's 3 settings for ANC on, ANC off, and then that ambient noise mode. If you push and hold this button, you go between music mode and game mode. Music mode is obviously for for music listening, but there might be a little bit lapse in terms of how fast it gets from the device to the headphones. If you go to game mode, it's about low latency. It's not about so much as the quality of the audio as it is the latency of the audio. So I'm sure what it's doing, it's compressing the audio more so it transfers faster. It's pretty much what it's doing. Then we have the USB-C port here. That's going to be your charging port. And then there is a 3.5mm port, which you don't see very frequently anymore, but there it is. It is still there. And then of course in the other cup, there's nothing. Everything is done with the controls on this, but there's only 4 buttons, so it's pretty easy to tell which is which. Up is plus, down is negative on that, and then the multifunctions in the middle. So pretty simple in that part. Now, for the headphones themselves, the ear cups are actually quite comfortable for what they are. They're not super premium leather or anything. They're kind of a fake leather, but they are decent. for the price point. That's what I'm judging this on specifically. For the price point, these actually feel really, really nice. I think the cheapest part of this headphone is the outside, just the cheap plastic outer shell. Nothing fancy. I'm not going to knock it on that, but I'm going to say that if it's what's the cheapest part is the plastic build quality is decent. It's not great. It's definitely not terrible. And then the ticks here for the adjustment, they are click, 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 right? There are a lot of adjustments to it. And then the nice thing is it does hold that adjustment pretty decently unless you are really aggressive with it. So yeah, that is the headphone part. There is a small pad at the top of the head, so it actually keeps it fairly comfortable. And overall, they're not super duper heavy. Accessories that comes with does come with a 3.5mm cable, which I can't see myself ever using, but it is there. And then a USB-A to USB-C charge cable. So it does come with that. It's just a real shorty. Handy for traveling and stuff because it's just a small cable, but yeah, so whether or not you'll use that or not. And then of course it does come with a little instruction booklet to go over everything that I just talked about as well. So how do they sound? Well, if I'm honest about it, they're not bad at the price point. Again, everything that I'm going to say is going to be based at the selling price that these are going for. These are going for $59.99. That's what you're going to pay out of pocket for these. For $59.99, they sound really, really good. Do they sound as good as my Bose? No. They don't. And they do not have as good of noise canceling. However, I used to own a pair of Sony noise canceling headphones that were probably priced around that 50, 60 bucks. This is several years ago. These definitely are better than those, no doubt. Those were actually gave me a headache using them because the noise canceling was so mediocre at best. It's not like their top line models that are great, but these I have not noticed anything in the noise canceling that made me uncomfortable. They're not super heavy. Other than the fact that they are fully enclosed ear cups, which any over-the-ear headphone is, you can get sweaty underneath there, but that's no matter what headphone you're wearing. So in all reality, for the price point, these are actually not a bad option. I was actually more impressed with these than I thought I would be after receiving them. I've been kind of putting them, playing all sorts of different music genres, from rap to rock to pop to everything. I'm not a big country listener, so I apologize. That'd probably be the one genre I didn't listen to. I listened to some classical stuff, but they sound good. I'm not going to say they sound amazing. They're definitely not a $250 pair of headphones, but at 60 bucks, I could see these being a solid option for somebody that can't afford those really high expensive ones. Or I could see this as a great option as a gift for your kids or something. These actually are decent. And if you're going to go on a plane ride, the ANC is actually pretty darn good. At the price point, it's a pretty solid set of headphones. All in all, where they sit in the lineup, what they cost, how they work, and as well, the really good battery life. The Havit H655BT, that is a mouthful. The H655BT hybrid active noise canceling headphones. Where do I sit in my lineup? If I was to say for headphones under 100 bucks that are over the ear noise canceling, might be towards the top. Not bad. They're just not bad. They're comfortable, they sound good, they have good noise canceling, and of course you can turn that off and go into full ambient mode as well. So that's pretty handy. I hope you guys will check them out. I will put a link directly to Havit's website. I have a link directly to their website that you can check out. I'll put that down in the description. Like I said, these just came out, so they are kind of the newest model that Havit has. And check out anything else they have on their website. Havit, thank you for sending me these over to test out, and I'm happily impressed at a $60 pair of headphones that actually sound pretty darn good. So, without further ado, I will end this video. Thank you for watching to the end. I will put links in the description, and by all means, check out any other videos that I have here linked at the end. So, thank you very much for watching all the way to the very end of this video, and we'll catch you back here on TechHooch for another future video review. I'll see you soon.